we are the same bro, right? So how many of you are new, starting new in the business? Please raise your hand, right? So I'm starting new in the investment side. Okay, as Mr. Pawan was mentioning, angel investing is a new asset class that is emerging, right? And what happens is that there is a there is a personal motivation to come and attend events like this, right? One is that I am vicariously living a experience that I personally missed out, right? So I don't have the courage that you guys have. That sell your house, move into a garage, and start a business. So I want to have my income, but then I want to have a share of some of the work that you guys are doing. So that's the glow. I shine in your glow when the businesses that I've invested in, those succeed, right? So that's one of the things that that is the personal reason that I am here. The second is that I accidentally ended up kind of attending one of the startup events, and I realized the way you guys are approaching things, the way you guys are looking at things, is very different from the way we have been taught in our MBA, and our past couple of decades of experience have been teaching us. I was talking to this girl who is doing a business of fashion jewelry and selling, in on Amazon, etc. So she needed a funding. So when I was talking to her in a coffee shop, discussing with her, and I said, okay, how big is your team, and how are you, the responsibility divided between you and your co-founder? She said, okay, she is in charge of operations, I am in charge of growth. And it made me wonder, in our companies, do we have a person in charge of growth? That's not the way we look at. Right? We say business development, so new growth is different. Kind of like for like growth is different, and category growth is different, right? The thing. So I realize that sitting here, I get a new perspective, and it's kind of I'm getting a bit of reverse mentoring. So that's the the second advantage. And third is hopefully I'm hoping that somewhere I will also make money, just like you guys. I have made, I'm a new investor. I have made one investment, right? And I've given term sheet for a second investment. So the guy has to go and complete his funding. Then my money goes in. I can tell you what I look at, right? I'm an engineer and an MBA. Now people say engineering karke jute, and today I'm selling shoes. So before this, I've sold clothes. Sometimes I've sold pizza. In summary, I'm a general management, and I've been into consumer sector, right? So what I see is there a genuine consumer demand, right? And if there is a genuine consumer demand, and then that is being facilitated, right? So that was the success of either Airbnb, Uber, right? But if it is only a tech-based idea, only if it's only a tech-based business idea, it doesn't work. For example, Iridium, it was probably one of the best tech of those times it was there. Some of you, if you don't know, just search. Iridium had the idea of satellite phones, but it didn't work, right? So the tech is for me subservient to the genuine demand, right? Also because I'm a consumer guy, so I look at it that does it appeal to my heart? Will I do this? So for example, the reason I got excited about scoop in this thing is that I have this secret desire that I want to retire, become a trainer. Then how will I get a job? So I'll get a job on Scoopin. So it makes sense for me to kind of so does it personally relate to me? There may be lots of other brilliant business ideas, but if I don't get that technically, I might not be able to invest in that, right? So the tip that I can give to you guys is start from what is the problem that you are solving, right? If you don't have a business model, no, we angel investors can help you do that, right? So this business that the second business that I've invested in, I've told him that he will have to expand his categories. I've told him where he will have to acquire new customers, the new platform that he will have to get into. This jewelry business, when I spoke to her, I went and told her that you are not ready for going investment right now. You need to do these things before you even approach angel investors, right? So first is, do you have the consumer need that or problem that you are solving? That's the first. Second is, try to make it personal. Can you tell a story? The numbers, PowerPoint, etc. Is there a story that relates to me? And I've heard, for example, in one of the earlier sessions, there was a lady who was talking about, she's doing something in the area of mental health. But her passion for that, right? You heard about the word purpose. Purpose is not something you can make up. Purpose is not something that you can write in a PowerPoint. The purpose has to come from somewhere, your inherent need, right? So if you don't have a pet, you can't launch a pet startup, right? I can't work in Lyceus because I'm a vegetarian, right? This thing. So where does it come from? So that lady had a son who was autistic and had those kind of this thing. So looking at her, her kid's requirement, she developed this app. So that's where your empathy will go in. That's where the real consumer demand or the problem will get solved, right? And third, keep it simple. You don't need to respond to every criticism, right? It's not a criticism. Angel investor, I don't think we are looking at criticizing you. We are just asking questions because you have figured out an answer that we may not, or we may have had some bad experience. That's why we didn't become a startup guy. We remained an investor, right? So that's why we are asking that question. यार मेरे से तो नहीं हुआ, तू कैसे करेगा? So it's not necessary to kind of respond then and there. Take it in the right spirit, right? I tell my team also in office, cricket में हर बॉल को खेलना नहीं होता है. Some balls you have to leave it outside the off stump, right? Ultimately, it's a human thing. You are human, investors are human, and the consumers whose problem you are solving are human. Keep it human, thing will happen. Finally, I got interested in this space because there are two big opportunities that I missed. So how many of you have heard of a company called Furlenco? Right? So Furlenco is my junior from engineering college. So he was relocating from US to India, and it's around the same time I had relocated to India. I launched this idea of Furlenco because he had problems selling his furniture. And I remember in 2013 Diwali, he was visiting IIM Bangalore. He came home, and he told me that he was broke. He said, I don't know how will I pay this month's salary to my team, right? And I personally believe that India में कोई furniture rent पे नहीं लेगा. So I actually, in my good spirit, I was advising him, don't try to be a social reformer with your own money, right? Today, he has gone ahead. He's probably 10 times, 15 times, 20 times my valuation. He can hire 10 people like me, right? So don't get, and I criticize him. He didn't get bogged down by it. And even today, he comes to me for advice. Even today, when he has a new business idea that he wants to invest in, he's coming to me. We are co-investing in some other businesses. The other idea was, for example, and he talks about that entrepreneurship is a 3,000-day journey. So I've told him that, it's a book that you should write, Ajit. So he said, first 1,000 days, you have to survive, right? Because, it will be heart-wrenching. You will think like quitting. So first 1,000 days is if you survive. Second 1,000 days is when you will start making money, and you have to kind of, scale up. And after the last 1,000 days is where you have to sustain. That's where you need the professional managers to come in. So first 1,000 days, you sustain with your own willpower. Second 1,000, you get some partner in crime, co-founder, small team, key team members. And third 1,000 days is, so don't give up before first 1,000 days, whenever you are doing. The second business is, how many of you have heard of Fresh Menu? Okay. So, she's a friend, again. And this is not her first venture. First, she launched a concept called AFDay, which I personally loved, which was similar to Chumbak. And she had to shut it down. I felt very bad. Why you are shutting it down? There was no business in it. After that, she did job. She worked in the startup space. She worked for Ola. She worked for Bluestone. And then, she launched this business, which was funded from day one. So it's not smooth, but there are successes that I have seen in front of me, and I'm sure that many of you will go ahead and become success. And then I will be able to, share that in this event when he was pitching, I was also there. Okay. All the best. Okay. God bless.